Have you spent hours looking for songs just to find that maybe this song is really good for the students I'm teaching, but it's just a little bit babyish? Or this song, in terms of like the animation and the visuals and the song style, is absolutely perfect, but it's just a little bit too difficult. Maybe the song is a little bit too fast, and it's just a bit of a struggle to find the perfect song you want to have in your ESL class. And this is why I turned to AI. Now let me talk you through exactly what I do, my workflow, and my results. Now it is January where I'm filming, so it's a little bit cold, so I'm a little bit more wrapped up than I may usually have been. But let's get into it. So I've turned to making AI songs now, but only for my class. I'm not trying to become a new singer, a new AI singer, or anything like that. Just trying to use AI songs to help me improve my lessons and encourage my students to speak and sing English a little bit more. So the specific problem I was having was with my grade 2 students. However, I am also going to adapt this for my grade 4 students as well. So I really love super simple songs. They're absolutely amazing, especially for kindergarten and grade 1 level. However, when I play super simple songs to my grade 2 students, they feel a little bit bored, they're a little bit tired of them. The songs are for maybe, like I said, kindergarten, grade 1 age. And they're a great channel, I still love that channel, but by the time the students are in grade 2, their level is still super simple songs. But visually, they're more interested in Disney songs now. But Disney songs are still a little bit too difficult for them. There are some big words. Some of the songs are a little bit too fast. So I can't really use those in the classroom. With the one exception kind of being the song from Brave, Touch the Sky. Still really good for grade 2. So I have spent hours and hours trying to find songs for grade 2. And I decided that, well, here's AI. Let me try making an AI song. Learn some more AI tools and how can this work? And is it gonna actually be good? So I've turned to AI. And the good thing is you can tailor it a lot to what it is that you want. So a couple of things I needed to make sure would happen before I just fully went into it and was just playing random AI songs. You can make it really good. I was pretty impressed with the results. So obviously for any song, you're going to want clear pronunciation. And actually AI voices are pretty clear. And for this grade, for grade 2, you still want the visuals to be cool. And this is maybe my biggest problem, but I do think what I've kind of got is acceptable for, just the beginning of class. But my workflow, let me show you how I started from scratch to the end product. One benefit of this is I can pick the exact grammar point I want the students to learn. So I can look ahead into their materials and I can be like, oh, we're going to be studying this grammar point, or I'm going to be teaching the students this grammar point. So I can kind of like base the song around, I can anticipate it's going to take me maybe a month to do. And so next month we'll be doing this grammar point. So, hey, I'm going to have a ready-made song for them, which is covering the grammar point. So first, I picked my grammar point and put it into ChatGPT, where I would want ChatGPT to then write me a song lyrics. And also the good thing is I don't know anything about music theory, but you can also talk to ChatGPT a little bit, or other AIs, whichever one you want, to kind of get an understanding of like, I don't know music theory, but tell me, how do songs flow? Obviously I know there's choruses and verses, but is there more to it than that? And of course, AI is going to have your answer. So once I had lyrics that I was pretty pleased with, I then needed to see how good AI singing was. And for this, I used 11labs.io. Now, I had already been using them a little bit for another AI video that I'm going to talk about. So it was kind of an easy adjustment, just the account I already had with them, I could just use for their music part. Now, I was already pleased with their AI voices, their text-to-speech voices that I was using. And so when I put it into the song, I was very impressed. It actually got it what I wanted first try. And I was happy with, well, I was like, hey, let me have another try just to see if I can get it a little bit better. And then the second try, it did actually end up even better. The first try was absolutely fine, but it was more sung by like a child. Nothing wrong with that, it worked really well. But then I said, hey, like, let's have it a little bit more mature, have somebody else sing it with a little bit more of an adult voice, and it done it again perfectly. So I had 2 examples that I wanted straight away. And now the hardest part, and the part that probably could still use work, but at the moment this is what I can produce, is now I need to create the music video. And for this, you're going to need to generate a lot of AI images because you're going to want consistent characters. You're going to need consistent settings. And the only way you're going to get the amount of images you want for this is through AI image generation. So I don't even know the final count, but I will be showing you my edit screen so you can see just how many images I generated. But AI has improved a lot in this, whereas before when AI first started generating images, it was about impact, one-off impact images that surprised you. But as it's developed, you can now try and get it to create consistent characters if you have a consistent prompt. And whichever AI chat box you're using will be able to just do all this for you. It's like, okay, so I want consistent characters, give me a prompt that I can just keep copying and pasting in every time I want to generate an image. Luckily, I didn't have to do that every time because as the chat continues, you can just be like, okay, this character is called this is their prompt, and next you can just be generate an image of that character, and then your next one can be generate an image again, but they're playing football this time. And then the next one can simply be, okay, now have them in a classroom. So it's already can read back. You don't need to copy and paste every time. Prompt, character name, character looks like this. Now the images themselves look great. However, if you want to animate them, you're going to need a video animator. And those don't really come around free at the moment. You may be able to get 1 or 2, but I remember I was using like Pika. And I still have it loaded. You get like a couple of animations, a couple of video generators that you can use with them. But when you haven't paid for a subscription, you have to wait in a line. And I generated something with them in like July, and it's now January the following year, and I'm still waiting for that video to be generated. So I decided not to do any video generation with the images I already have, which means I'm going to need to increase the number of images. Otherwise you're showing like one image for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, and just having one image can get a bit boring. Now I did obviously include the editing technique where it sort of like zooms out a little bit, so you enlarge the picture, so it kind of like zooms the picture out a little bit. It's called like Ken Burns or something like that for the editing technique. So this is why maybe the edit can be better, but my overall finished product I was very pleased with. I put a lot of work into it. But it's still not perfect, but the song was really good. And putting the text over it was actually not too complicated either. There's obviously within the editing software, there's lots of like text, different styles you can use. Just pick one you like, and you can have the text coming up on the screen as the song is singing. And then before I show it to the students, because this is a song we're going to be singing for a few weeks, I print out the lyrics and I give it to them. Because they can't exactly go online and find the song. Like, if you're doing a Disney song, they can just go online and their parents can play the song to them at home. They're not going to find this one. So you've got to print out the lyrics, give them the lyrics so they can practice it at home as well. And luckily, my students enjoyed it. Like, they weren't like raving about it. It's like, it's not as good as like Let It Go from Frozen for them. Or even if we're getting like a more up-to-date song. So from the K-pop Demon Hunters, they still prefer those songs and they would still prefer to sing those songs in the classroom, but it's a little bit too above their level. And this song they did enjoy at least, and they have been learning the songs very well. So overall, it really worked. Now the only other problem I will say with all of that is that it does take time. It did take me about a month to do. You've got a lot of stuff you've got to do with your lesson preparations, living your life, and anything else you have in sort of your daily routine. So generating all those images, editing them together can take a long time, but it would be totally worth it if you are struggling to find songs. You could spend a whole week searching for songs and not finding anything. Maybe it's just better to just make your own AI song. And also, I'm going to show a small clip of the AI song to show you what I produced and what you can also produce. But I'm not going to be uploading the whole songs here to YouTube because I'm not trying to take on Super Simple Songs. I'm not going to try and become the next Super Simple Songs channel. So overall, it's not perfect, but it is very good. And if you are struggling, even with older students, I'm going to do it with my grade 4 students, and I am tempted to try and do it with some middle school students that I occasionally teach, to see if we can get something that's more language specific to them, that's still enjoyable, and especially if you've got older kids that don't mind singing songs in class, but there's not going to be much variety for them if they're behind on that English. So you will need to have simpler language, but you need it for the sort of music they enjoy listening to. But anyway, here's a snippet for my song for grade 2.
I am greeny, tall and white. I have spots I cannot hide. I am funny, I like to roll and dance around my monster doll.
Anyway, if you enjoyed that, you can definitely create it yourself. But for now, please like and subscribe. But as teachers, as we say in the classroom, class is over. I'm out of here.